What's up, YouTube?
What is up?
Welcome back to Black Heart Production.
What's up, freaks and geeks? Welcome back to Black Heart Production. What's up, freaks and geeks?
Geeks and freaks.
Welcome back to Black Heart.
It is us.
And today we're doing another classic horror movie.
You guys have been fucking waiting, and if you haven't been waiting, well, you're waiting now, because I said so.
But now the time for waiting has come to a stop.
An abrupt one at that.
Oh, fuck. But
Folks.
we're doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original classic from 1970 Fizzle.
The one that came out before we were even tadpoles.
Yeah. I think my parents were just like yuppies when this came out. Yuppies, more like puppies is what I meant to say. They're probably like this big.
Yep. And it's one of the greatest fucking... I know we say this on everyone, but this really is... This is another one of the movies that...
It's on.
It put itself on the platform for horror genre.
Oh yeah, it was a pioneer for sure, and like, I don't think many people understand, but I feel like it's a grindhouse movie. But it was like one of the grindhouse movies that made these kind of movies popular. Because if you really look at this movie, they tried to duplicate it so many times, even with the sequels. Like, if you look at the sequels, they try to recreate the dinner scene in like every movie, and it just doesn't work. You can't redo this movie. So I would say this is on the level of the last review we did, The Shining. It's like a book you couldn't just rewrite. You know what I mean? Like,
No, you definitely gotta have a creative mind. The remakes, they're decent, but like
they're okay, but they'll never reach the
fucking original.
Oh fuck! All right, so he is, dude. All right, so we open up with it's like a radio dude talking, and he's giving us the news about these grave robbings that have been going on, and people been disappearing from their grave, and fucking as we're hearing this, we can hear a fucking grave getting dug up, and there's the iconic camera snap that yeah. So we see that, and we see that it is indeed fucking a nasty burnt corpse, or just rotted, whatever it is.
It's being stolen from its original home.
Mm-hmm. And this is the opening credits, which is really cool, and it's playing this really eerie, nasty kind of, like I said, grindhouse sort of music.
Yeah, it's unique.
It's one of the best openings because it's letting you know. I feel like this opening is letting you know that this movie's not fucking around. Like, no, it's dirty.
It's dirty.
It's a dirty movie.
It got the sound, like the iconic camera sound effect. That would seem eerie, even if it wasn't in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It's just a stinky sound.
So after the credits roll, by the way, I guess we can mention it's directed by Tobe Hooper.
If you don't know, now you know.
Ho. But anyway, bro. So, let's get on with the show. We see a display put up of these two corpses on a fucking, like a tall cross tombstone. Yeah. And then that's when we get introduced to our main, what is it, 5 characters? What's their names? I think it's Sally, her brother Franklin, and he's immobile. His legs don't work or something, so he's in a wheelchair. And then there's Kirk.
Shit, and there's
Jerry.
There you go. That's who I almost said.
And
Joey.
What's the other girl's name? I forgot her name. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, because she's not too important.
No, she... one of the girls are important.
Yeah, Sally.
But, the other one is just kind of there for pleasure, I guess.
Yeah, so they're all... And, it's 1974. I think they're going to visit their old grandpa's house or something like that as their main mission at the moment.
They're taking a road trip as a friend family.
Mm-hmm. And they're in the little classic, like, green fucking Volkswagen van or whatever it is. And
definitely a 70s look.
Mm-hmm. And So they stop at this graveyard to visit their grandpa's grave. And they see the whole fucking town is there with the news and the cops. And, you know, because of that shit that they saw on the gravestone. The old nasty corpse. So they're kind of like, what the fuck, you know? And then the old dude, I don't know. Do you remember the old dude in the graveyard? And he's like, fuck, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he says something like, I've seen things around here.
Oh, yeah.
And he's literally like, he's drunk on the ground just talking like this, like, I've seen things you don't want to know. And I think that's kind of hinting at the family.
Yeah, I feel like that's his way of saying, like, yo, there's some fucking wild hillbillies kicking it and doing this.
So we continue with our trip. Down the road. And now we meet the hitchhiker, ugly motherfucker.
He's
a goofy fucking dude. This dude still gives me nightmares.
He's the wrong turn character.
I feel like this dude is the reason why you don't pick up hitchhikers. Like, this movie came out, and then everyone decided, hitchhikers, don't fuck with them. Don't pick them up.
Yeah.
So they pick this dude up, and he gets in, and he has, like, a big old fucking thing of blood on his face, and he looks all twacked out and weird, and, his name is Nubins.
Yes.
I figured it out.
Just that name in itself, you shouldn't
Yeah.
regret making the choice to stop under 30 miles an hour.
So he starts going off, and they're kind of looking at him like he's already weird. Because he
you know, weird.
There's some people, like, they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but when this weird fucking book walks into your van, and it's just fucking...
Yeah, he is like that.
Like, you might want to judge that book. I don't know. Just saying. But anyway, he starts going off about how him and his brothers used to work at the slaughterhouse, and it's closed down now. And then he starts talking about how they like to be real butchers or something like. Yeah, they like to use like actual shit to kill the cows instead of the gun with the spike that goes and just shoots them in the forehead.
But he's glorifying the fact that he mutilates cows.
Yeah, and then he starts talking. He's like, "Oh, my brother's a real good cook."
Yeah, he is. Just exactly.
And then he's like, "You guys want to have dinner with us? My house is down the road there."
Yeah,
and
he is retarded like that too. Like, you know, this fool is fucking. You definitely point a 4.5 if you were sitting in the back of him on his seat or something. You know.
Yeah. And then Kirk is like, "No, we're good. We got places to be and shit." So I feel like he got a little offended. And
he got.
So that's when he pulls out his camera and he takes a picture of Franklin. And then he starts asking for money for the picture. He's like, "It's a real good picture. Just give me $5 for it or whatever." And they're like, "No, that's okay, man. Like, it's a nice picture, but you can keep it." So then he fucking sets it on fire and just like crumbles it up in tinfoil and like just stuffs it in his little pouch. Like it's like just stuffed a flame in your shirt, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He's just like,
and it's I wonder. It makes me wonder how many times he's done that in the past. Like,
yeah, hitchhiking and shit.
Like just lighting people's pictures on fire and just.
So then then he pulls out a knife and grabs Franklin by the arm and slashes him on the arm. First he cuts himself. Yeah. And he's so weird. He's just and then he's like and you can see it in his face. He's like,
yeah, he's all fucking like, oh God. And then he grabs Mr. F's arm
and slices him
like right, yeah, and then he's just fucking.
So that's when they stop the van and kick him out.
Cause now he's getting fucking. But I don't know what they did, what they expected to happen. You know,
yeah.
Like fucking.
Even the fucking girl, she's like, "Oh, a hitchhiker, let's pick him up."
And he's all.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this movie came out and that all changed.
Yeah,
Cause she was literally like, "Oh, a hitchhiker, let's pick him up."
And they're driving up to him, and he's just.
Yeah, and then so when they kick him out of the van, it's like kind of creepy too, cause he's like fucking kicking their wheels and shit while they're driving away, and he's like blowing raspberries at him and shit, and fucking like a child,
freaking out,
like
temper tantrum.
And he wiped blood on the van, which I've always wondered. It looks like it could be a symbol. I've always wondered if there was more something deep into that, because
the way he wipes it.
Yeah, well, and just the way it looks. So, like, if we cut to the next part, what happens? They go to the gas station. And I think
the movie's starting to pick up at this point.
Yeah, and I think Franklin notices the thing on the gas station, and he even says, he's like, hey, you think that blood means something? Like, you think this, like, because it does look like a symbol. It doesn't look like a normal splat, really. But
and friends are just like,
yeah, they're just like, he's gonna kill you, Franklin. He's coming to get you.
They're just fucking with him, essentially.
But then this is where we get to the gas station, and they serve barbecue. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And there's two dudes there, both just almost just like the hitchhiker. They're just fucking weirdos, you know, just
strange ass,
nasty, no teeth,
fucking. You know, it's like they're homeless and they just got jobs. Picture that.
Yeah.
Picture that.
And they're asking for directions, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, they're about ran out of gas too. So they're like,
they pretty much just ask for guidance and shit.
And he tells them, he's like, we're going to visit our old grandpa, or our grandpa's house. And he knows this dude, the one dude, he knows about the house, and he's like, oh, that's your grandpa. We knew them back in the day, whatever. And he's like, you know, if I was you kids, I wouldn't go messing around old folks' house like that. Some people don't take too kindly to that around here.
It's like his way of subtly saying, like, don't go fucking.
I think there's a part of Drayton Sawyer, which is his name. Like, I'm going to spoil it right now. This dude's part of the fucking family.
Yep.
But I think he has a side of him where he doesn't necessarily like to do this shit. Because even at the end, I won't say what exactly happens, but he says, he's like, I ain't going to have no part of this senseless killing or something like that.
Yeah, it's like he's normal.
Somewhat.
You know, he still's a fucking freak, but like.
But then, like, 2 seconds later,
somewhere in his heart, he gets these subtle, like, split seconds of normal, like, oh, this is fucked.
Yeah, so it's like he's almost trying to tell him, like, I wouldn't go fuck around in that house. And you know what they do? They go fuck around in that house. Yes. So that's where we're to next.
And he tries to warn them, and it's not even them that I mean, you got the. Oh, fuck, dude. Like, you got a fucking weirdo. Well, sitting there with all the police at the gravestone. You got a hitchhiker, fucking hillbilly. You got 2 more hillbillies.
See, at this point, this is all happening in the same area. Don't you just want to hit the fucking road?
Yeah.
Like, I think they're out of gas at the gas station, so I guess they really couldn't. So I get the predicament they're in. So we're at Grandpa's old house, which is really old, creepy. The windows are knocked out, you name it. It's just an old, abandoned manor.
Been dead, just like his gramps.
And they're all just fucking around, and they're having fun, whatever. And Franklin's pissed. Now Franklin's blowing raspberries.
Yeah,
they're upstairs.
Oh my god,
they're upstairs like laughing and shit, and he's just, and then he's like,
yeah, he is.
He's
straight
like,
up.
If I have any more fun today, I don't know how much more I could take.
Yeah, and it's just like, he got that from the fucking hillbilly or something, or he must have that in his genes.
I don't know.
Dude, because he did too. I forgot that part where he's just like...
So there is a part, like through this whole little part we see Franklin is eating this piece of beef jerky that he got from the barbecue gas station. And it's a penis, dude. It's not an actual penis, but like, it's a fucking penis.
It's a penis beef jerky.
And he's just sitting there like, sucking on it all day.
Yeah.
He's like, I think this blood means something.
All day just sucking on that fucking beef jerky.
Yeah, so this is where we get to the part where Kirk and...
It's really starting to pick up at this point. Almost turning point, essentially.
he's like, hey, Franklin, didn't you say there was a creek down there, whatever, we want to go swimming? And he's like, yeah, it's down there, you just take this, whatever, take this trail, blah, blah, blah. So they go down there, and the creek is dried up, it's not there no more, so they're kind of like, what the fuck? And then they hear a generator going, and the first thing Kirk thinks is gas, you know? So they start walking up the hill a little bit, and then that's when you see the fucking white farmhouse isolated in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, telling his girlfriend, he's like, well, I could leave him my guitar and see if they could give me a couple bucks for gas and we can go get gas. Or, you know, he's just trying to come up with a strategy to get gas. And they walk up to this fucking house, and it's...
biggest mistake of their life.
Literally. And it's... they look at this house, and the look of it, it's not a house I would ever walk up to, especially in the middle of fucking Texas. Like, you know, dude, you don't fuck with... Same with where we live in Wyoming. You don't just walk up to a house like that unless you're looking for fucking trouble.
Yeah, or you know that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or you know that person. If you walk out to hillbillies' houses like that, even out in Rosette and shit, here you're going to get blasted. Mm-hmm. They had something else coming.
So he's knocking on the door, and what's-her-face is sitting on the step. And
ugly looking too, by the way.
I don't know. Is it... I've always wondered if when he knocks on the door, if he makes a tooth fall, or if Leatherface throws the tooth out. Because a tooth, when he knocks and a tooth like drops out of the door, like it's thrown out of the door or something, and he picks it up and he's just like, hey, I got something for you. And she's like, ah!
And they're still naive as fuck.
Yeah, stupid, dude.
That doesn't stop them either. They're just like...
Kirk opens the screen door, knocks harder to where the door opens itself. Like, he knocks the door open. And he's like, hello? Is anybody home? And hello?
Yeah, just exactly like that, too.
And then he starts walking in.
Just invites himself into the house.
And then that's when you get the iconic wall fucking... It's like a metal sliding door with a bunch of... red wall with a bunch of skulls on it. And he fucking, like... He, like, trips on the little step or something, and he was, like, stumbles, and, like, right when he looks up, there's just Leatherface right there, fucking BAM! With a mallet right on the head. And this motherfucker's legs start...
like, twitching.
Yeah, like
he had a seizure from getting smacked in the fucking face. So.
And this motherfucker hits him again, BAM! And then drags him in, and he's like, ah!
Yep. Leatherface is strange in this one. For those who have seen the newer ones, this Leatherface is fucking goof.
Yeah, he's
not like this like big old like mysterious like you see in the remakes. He's more like a fucking... He's a goofball.
He is a goof.
He's a fucking straight goofball. He's not... He'd be scary if it was in real life, but there's some parts where you're just like, what are you doing, Leatherface? But he's different. He's not like the remakes at all.
Mm-mm. So, Pam. That's her fucking name. Pam.
Pam Malott.
God damn, I'm sorry, people. Pam is sitting outside like, Kirk!
Yeah.
Kirk!
Like, none of that. She didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
Like,
so she decides that she's gonna go inside.
Looking for Kirk.
Dude, this part is scary. Leatherface sees her and he's like, ah!
Yeah.
Fucking, she takes off running, dude, and he fucking comes after her and just swipes her ass up, like, right as she's going out the front door. Like she was almost free, and he's just like, BAM! And then, dude, he's laughing.
That noise he made, though.
He's like, ah! Ah!
Yeah.
Like, see, that's the,
that's the Leatherface. We know. And that's a goofy motherfucker.
And I see, like, I'm trying to, like, they always try to make Leatherface goofy again, like he is in this one, but you can't. Like, that laugh is haunting. He's like, yeah. Like, and this girl is just in his arms fucking flailing, and he's just, ah! And,
yeah.
And then he takes her to the back room. Kirk's on the table already fucking gutted open like a fish.
Yep.
And he sticks Pam on a fucking meat hook right through the back.
Yep. And he just...
Then he takes his old classic yellow chainsaw and just starts butchering butchering Kirk, making her watch. And that's when we cut to now Jerry is concerned. And he's like, all right, where the fuck is Pam and Kirk?
Kirk, dude, they've been gone for a minute.
And then so he's like, I'm gonna go look for him. And Pam's like, I'm coming with you. He's like, I think you should stay with Franklin. And so that's what happens. And then old Jerry comes to the house. Now we're starting to hit the sunset.
It's getting dark. It's about
day.
7 o'clock in the summer at this point.
And so Jerry does this exact same thing. Hears the generator, goes to the house, does the exact same fucking thing, knocks, hello, like,
you dumb fuck.
Dumbass. He makes it all the way into the back of the room.
Yep.
Where Pam got hung on the hook. But she's not there anymore. Kirk's gone too. But there's just, Oh, wait. We forgot to mention Pam when she walks in the house. I forgot a part. She walks into a room and sees all the bone furniture, Leatherface and his family. They have
she got to see everything. Fucked up. At that point, I forgot. She realizes that she fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, and because she sees a bench made out of fucking spines and just all kinds of shit, dude. Just all kinds of
everything is made out of humans.
Yeah, just a bunch of what's that shit called? Like human remains paraphernalia, pretty much, just everywhere, everywhere. So anyway, yeah, she runs out. Leatherface grabs her. Now we're back to Jerry. He doesn't see Pam or Kirk, I don't believe, but he starts hearing thudding in the deep freezer.
Yep.
So he opens it, and Pam fucking springs up, but I think she's sort of dead, just kind of in shock.
She's done. Essentially. Yeah. She's just on her last limb.
And then how does Leatherface kill Jerry? I kind of forgot.
Doesn't he fucking? Ooh. How does it?
I think when Jerry sees Pam, he turns around and Leatherface is just BAM with the mallet again, right?
I think.
Cause then he sets it down and he starts wigging out because he's that's the point where he's where the fuck are all these people coming from? He's and then he's looking out his window and he's doing this and shit, grabbing his head.
He's got anxiety.
Losing it.
Yeah, cause that's the third person he's fucking clapped in less than 10 minutes.
Yep, and he's just protecting his house. This is the difference between Leatherface and Freddy and shit. They came to his house, and even his brother tried to steer them away. So this is on them.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I get the predicament they're in. They did have no gas. But I also said earlier, you don't just walk into people's fucking houses like that, or that might happen. So lesson learned, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever just walk into someone's house. You might get eaten.
Yeah, seriously. Your fucking spine will be the next merchandise for sale.
Yeah, a spine will be the fucking bedside table lamp. Dude.
Yeah.
But so now we're at nighttime.
Yeah, Leatherface freaking out.
Pam and Franklin, or not Pam, sorry, Sally and Franklin are really starting to fucking get worried. They're both fucked, and
their friends have been gone for a while.
Hours, because it, like I said, is dark now, dark.
They're get the same curiosity again.
Mm-hmm. So Pam decides she's gonna take the flashlight and go look for him, and Franklin's like, "No, you can't." He is. I think Franklin's a little off of his rocker because he's like, "Let's just get in the van and go, Sally. Come on!" And it's Franklin, you guys would have done that a long time ago if you coulda, all of you. But where am I at now? I totally just got stomped.
So Sally's gonna go look for these fuckers.
And then Franklin decides to talk her into it. He pretty much guilt trips her into making her push him through all that grass and shit. So they start doing that, and they're slowly going through the woods and the fucking field, and it's super dark. They can't see shit. They do have a flashlight though. Mm-hmm. And
imagine being Sally, just pushing your home dog through the fucking woods and shit.
And all your friends are missing.
Yeah,
and fucking your car's fucked.
He'd be my sacrifice. I'd hate to say it, but if he's trying to leave home dogs already,
I would have left that fucker at the van, dude. I would have been like, you can sit here and cry all you want, but I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I would have. If he would have made me go, I would have been like, look, dude, you're getting a chainsaw to the fucking head This is happening, dog.
Again, lesson learned, folks.
Yeah.
See, horror movies teach you a lot. Like not to pick up hitchhikers. Not to enter people's houses. Anyway.
Some horrors are stupid, though.
Yeah, really, they
Which
are.
happen to be the ones you guys love. I don't know why.
Anyway, so they're going through the field and the grass and fucking... Then Leatherface just pops up out of nowhere with his chainsaw.
It's like he's been fucking stalking or something.
I think he was, because I think he knew that someone else was gonna come eventually.
And he was just because he was fucking freaking out. I don't know if you guys remember, but he's like, oh,
he was really stressed out.
Like I just want to leave people alone.
He was really.
They leave me alone, but like they're turning him into this fucking psycho. Because to him, that's probably like four armies.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
invading his home.
Yeah, dude. So
yeah, he fucking kills Franklin right in his wheelchair.
Right on the spot. Just
yeah,
he is like that too.
With his flashlight.
It is a wee bit corny, the noises Franklin was making. Like these noises, I'm sure you would be making noises, but not these kind of noises when you're dying. Cause he's dying for real, but I don't know. I've always when I always see Franklin die, like I've only watched it 3 times, but like he's just like, oh!
Anyway, so Sally just takes off running. She's fucking scared, and of course, the first fucking place she sees is the goddamn house, and she sees the lights on. So she thinks, help, someone's in there, help. So she runs in. Locks the door behind her. Leatherface fucking saws through the door, Jack Torrance style, with his chainsaw.
Literally cuts it, shreds that fucking door.
Yeah, so she runs upstairs, and she finds this room where old Grandpa is. And he's like a mummy. Yep. Like a old 120-year-old fella who's still alive.
They literally, he's been through it all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still just...
That's old Grandpa.
Yep.
And she thinks he's like okay for a second. She's like, help me. And then he like kind of rocks out of his chair, and she realizes it's a fucking living corpse pretty much.
Yep.
And so she heads back out of the room, and Leatherface is hauling ass up the stairs. So she just jumps right out the fucking window, Laurie Strode style.
Yeah, dude. She doesn't even... But what would you do,
I would have jumped right
I would have
fucking...
I don't think I would have made it into that room. I would have just jumped out that window.
Yeah. So she books it and eventually makes it to the gas station where she meets...
the brother. Yeah,
Drayton, and he's still... she doesn't know that. To her, he's still just the gas station dude. Mm-hmm. So he's calming her down, and, Leatherface quit chasing her, like, right around the corner, and I think he knew it's just, Drayton's got her. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
because they definitely been doing this a while, dog. How do you think they got their furniture?
Yeah, there's like 20 years worth of dead people in that house.
Seriously, and it ain't.
And that's all they eat too.
It ain't just a fucking couch here and lay like a lamp or something. It's like everything they own is human beings, skin and fucking bones. So they've been doing it for a while.
So he's calming her down.
Yep.
And then that's when he's like, let's get into my truck. And then he pulls it up. And how does it happen? Like, he grabs a fucking bag and a rope.
Yep.
And he's like, now. He's like, don't you fight now. And she's just like, what? She's like, get away. Just get away.
Like that real 70s style. Like, these days, you're like, shut the fuck up, get away. She's just like,
and then his ugly ass starts beating her with a broom.
Yeah,
he's just like, he's fucking laughing. He's laughing. He's like, and he's just, with the softest broom you've ever seen. He's just whacking her in the dome with it.
But somehow it works.
Yep, so he gets the
somehow
bag.
he knocked her ass out with fucking a soft ass broom.
Yeah,
dude.
literally like a witch's broom.
He's just...
And then he fucking ties the bag around her head, and then starts heading home. And then he sees Nubins still hitchhiking. Somehow, how the fuck did he not make it back yet, I wonder? Maybe he was out robbing more graves.
Yeah.
But he makes it back, and Drayton gets out of the truck and beats him in the middle of the road like it's his child. He's like, you dumb motherfucker. He's like, I heard about that shit on the news. dig, or just like fucking pretty much.
You're
saying,
stupid for fucking doing this. And beats his ass real quick. Then we make it to the house.
Yep, and that's when Sally wakes up. And when she wakes up, well, first Leatherface and Drayton have a little interaction. This is when Leatherface is dressed like an old lady. He has a different face on and shit, like an old lady.
He's got the mask of, not a mask.
It's this one right here.
He's got the fucking like the show the camera.
Yeah, so he has that on and like an old lady apron, and
he's making dinner.
He's dressed up as a...
Oh, fuck.
Take care of that later.
Oh, fuck. So, little Leatherface is being a housewife now. Mm-hmm. And he's got the skin clothes for it, literally wearing someone's fucking, an old lady skin, like, in his mother's suit. And they
Psycho style.
Yeah, and they have a little I don't know if you knew this or not, but like this character from this original Chainsaw Massacre is based off a real serial killer. His name was Ed Gein. And this motherfucker actually did like
wear people.
He loved his mother so much that he cut the skin off of her and wore her as a suit.
See, that's where I think that's definitely Psycho.
Yeah.
Too. That's where they got Psycho inspiration from. And then see the way, if you guys remember in Psycho when he kills the chick in the shower, it's almost like he's dressed like Leatherface at this moment. Like it looks similar.
It does. That's another horror classic, by the way.
Yeah, we'll have to review that one.
But yeah, so they have their little interaction. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's like pretty much doing the same thing to him too. He's like, "You fucking idiot!"
Yeah, like, just hating on his
Leatherface is like,
yeah, and he does make literally those noises.
Yeah, he's like
no exaggeration. He sounds like a fucking ostrich or something.
He says something like, "Did you do this or something?" And he's like, yeah. And then so Sally wakes up, and now we're at the iconic dinner scene.
Now this scene is
fucked up.
It's fucked.
Yep. So Sally wakes up. Leatherface is in a different outfit now. He has like a pretty woman's face with makeup on and a suit.
He's got makeup on, smeared. Mm-hmm. He got the classic 70s, like fucking if you were at a ball gig or something. But he got the nice tux on.
Yeah. Like Grandpa's at the table, Nubin's Drayton, and then Sally at the end. And she's pretty much like just freaking the fuck out at what she's witnessing.
Yeah, I mean,
she's just I'm fucking she looks at Drayton and she's like, you can make him stop, and then Nubins is like, no, he can't.
Yeah, Nubins did say that. No.
And then he's like, he's just a cook. And he's like, you shut your mouth, you bitch hog.
Yeah, you bitch hog.
And then they start getting into it. And then, so they decide they're going to kill Sally. And that's when Drayton's like, I ain't going to have no part of this or whatever. Senseless killing or something. So then, they decide they want Grandpa to do it because he was the best back in the day or whatever at killing people or something.
Yeah, he was the best at it.
So they fucking bend her over on the floor, like with her head over this bucket that's already full of guts and just grime and shit.
Yep.
And it's a really nasty, weird, creepy scene. Just how they're trying to make this old, half dead dude like, because he has no strength. He can't. He's literally dead. Do it.
He's literally dead.
But he's alive.
He's alive.
He's like laughing, kind of. He's like, and
he's a fucking picture of. I don't know, dude.
Dude, they prick her finger to where it starts bleeding, and they let him suck on it.
Yeah.
And he gets a kick out of it. He's like,
oh my god, I remember that. Dude.
Yeah. And then that's when they're trying to help Grandpa with the hammer, and he can't get it. And finally, she fucking like breaks loose and jumps out the fucking kitchen window again.
Yep.
And she's just, I think she's kind of sitting there like,
yeah.
I think she realized she's free. Like she needs to go.
she was fucked there for a second. Though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
If it were anyone else, she would have been dead.
And that hammer did hit her once or twice, just not hard enough.
No,
like it kind of flung at her.
They weren't vital blows.
No,
I'm sure it still
was,
fucking hurt.
It was literally
like just dropping.
Yeah, but so she starts running down the driveway, and Newbin starts chasing after her, and he's fucking got his little switchblade.
Yeah,
and he's
lost
pissed.
his shit.
And then here comes Leatherface a few feet behind with his chainsaw. And they eventually make it out to the main road. And Newbins has Sally by the fucking back of the shirt, and he's just slicing her back up with his fucking thing.
Box cutter, dude.
Mm-hmm. And they end up in the middle of the road, and fucking he sees this big semi coming, and they split up, and then Newbins just bam!
He fucking gets demolished.
Dude, he just gets obliterated. Just boom! I remember when I saw that part as a little kid, I was like, holy fuck! I was like, oh my god!
When I first seen it, dude, I was like, thought it was kind of funny, but like at the same time, like,
yeah, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! And then
he gets fucking pummeled by this fucking thing, dude. Like,
so this driver pulls over, gets out, and he's trying to help Sally, but here comes Leatherface, fucking.
And he does make those noises. He does like.
So they hop in they both hop in the driver's seat, and Leatherface is like right behind him, and they shut the door, and he's like scratching the door up with his chainsaw. So they make their way out of the passenger seat, and the truck driver grabs a big ass wrench and fucking throws it at Leatherface, and it hits him in the head.
Yep.
And when he drops it, his chainsaw drops on his leg, and he's like, ah!
It's legitly like, oh!
Yeah, that's like the most normal he sounded when he got cut on the leg. He's like, ah!
Around that, he's like, whoa!
So he gets up, and this truck driver, he said, fuck it, dude. He ran all the way back to he ran to Mexico.
Dude, he ran.
He said, fuck his truck, fuck that girl, fuck that dude that's wearing another dude's face. I'm out. He disappeared.
He dipped.
And he just left Sally. Sally's running too, but a pickup truck comes, and she jumps in the back of it, and she's just telling the dude, go, go, go. And then Leatherface is literally right behind the fucking truck, like trying to get out of it with the chainsaw.
Eerie.
That shot is one of the best shots ever, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is moving, and Leatherface is coming after the camera, just doing that with that creepy ass face, and then... My bad. The moment that he realizes that they got away, he starts losing his shit.
Yeah, he's pissed. And he does this at a dance. When he's fucking...
He's like...
Yeah, he's like doing swings and shit.
Yeah, just hitting that trigger on the chainsaw.
And he's like... He's very pissed.
And then that's where the movie ends.
Yeah.
It just cuts to black, straight to credits.
Yep.
Which is a perfect way to end it, because it's like...
And then...
So many questions.
We get more from him, but...
In very many different timelines, too.
Yeah, too.
See, like... I would even have fun, like, writing my own sequel to that.
Because it's goofy, and it's goofy. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you sit down with something like that. You definitely, the level of unpredictability in this movie is like...
Yeah, like, especially, like,
it's
the part, him getting hit by a truck.
Yeah,
I never saw that coming.
He's just fucking... And he gets demolished, like, there's nothing left of this man, dude. He's all...
Dude, yeah, just BAM! Fuck. Yeah, so... What do you give this
I'm
one?
giving this movie... I'm going to have to give her... a 9/9. Not a 10 fully, just because... even though it's a good ending... Every time I watch this fucking movie, it's like... Just one more scene, please. Like, I'm just like... It's a great ending. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm like, God damn it! I just don't want it to end there, you know? And that's just my feeling for that, dude. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
because I could watch it over and over just because the feeling it gives.
Yeah, dude.
Like, the vibe, it's just different.
It's
and no other sequel is like it.
No, the other sequels are just too fucking... I don't know. They're either too serious or they try to reenact it too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes sense, like.
I think I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah, 9. And that's because the only thing missing in this movie for me is the beginning. I wish they would have went in a little more with the grave robbing stuff and like the I don't know, I guess the locals kind of, I guess just a little more background on the area necessarily, like not the family but the area, like Grandpa's house, like he was neighbors to these people this whole time, because the Sawyers had to have lived there forever. They're so I would like to learn more about that, but we didn't, so I guess that's why I give it a 9. But other than that, it's a fucking classic.
It is.
Classic horror movie. Alright, well, we'll see you.
Another fucking movie review, folks.
Yeah. We'll see you soon for a special unboxing video on this channel and Fern Fleck's channel.
Real soon.
Yes.
Like when you're. Yeah. Yeah, but he cuts his leg.
Oh, fuck! Alright, freaks and geeks. This is Blackheart Productions. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
See you on the next one.